Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the team at Chen Real Estate, welcome to the auction 29 Werder Street in the heart of Box Hill North. For those of you who don't know me, Chen is my name, also the listing agent alongside Chen and Granny, who have been working tirelessly throughout this entire campaign. We also have my colleague here today, Kirby, here to assist you with any questions throughout the auction process. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the vendors for entrusting us with the sale of their beautiful family home behind us here today. To the neighbours in the crowd, thank you for coming and thank you for making this part of Box Hill North one of the best places to live in. To the bidders in the crowd, thank you for coming, and I wish you all the best in the bidding procedure. And to the one lucky buyer, we congratulate you in advance on your astute purchase. This auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that are made available before the commencement of the auction. As auctioneer, I'll be indicating bidders upon request and the right to place bids on behalf of the sellers, otherwise known as vendor bids. If we now decide to place those bids, I'll simply say vendor bid. This auction prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides fines for misconduct. And last but not least, when this paperwork hits my hand and this property is deemed sold, I'll absolutely take no late bids and offers beyond that point. If you're successful here today, all that I require from you is a little 10% deposit of the full purchase price. Settlement time, you pick the time frame that suits you best. For the sellers, have been quite flexible here today, anywhere within the vicinity of 30 through to 60 days, unless prior arrangements have been made with you beforehand. In the instance where you're bidding against vendor bids, you have two options. Do not bid against the highest vendor bid, which means that you'll decrease your chances of being successful here today, as we'll get to negotiate with multiple parties afterwards. On the positive flip side, however, is that if you do bid against the highest vendor bid, you own yourself the exclusive right to negotiate with the sellers, and statistically speaking, you'll increase your chances of being successful here today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you've all been through this home before, situated on 690 square meters of land in the heart of Box Hill North. 3 or 4 bedrooms, however you want to configure it, ladies and gentlemen. 2 bathrooms as well, plenty of living area and spaces as well, and plus the beautiful spa, indoor spa, ladies and gentlemen, at the backyard here, ladies and gentlemen, and the alfresco deck, perfect for entertaining in the summer months. Location-wise, second to none, Werder Street, you're in one of the highest spots of Box Hill North. If you're standing here, ladies and gentlemen, you've got good views here of Doncaster, ladies and gentlemen. You're in close proximity to Box Hill Central, Westfield, Doncaster, all the amenities, schools, Carramill Primary School, Blackburn High, Cunung Secondary, Catholic schools just up the road here as well. Train stations, ladies and gentlemen, whether it's Box Hill, Laburnum, Blackburn, also within close proximity, and of course suburban rail loop coming through Box Hill very, very shortly. Enough from me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you've done your due diligence on the home here today, so I'm going to kick it over to you now. Ball's in your court. Who would like to get this auction started? We have an opening bid, opening offer now, ladies and gentlemen. Opening bidder here today. We'll get a free bottle of champagne, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your chance. Bid and buy now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in your hands. Who would like to start me off? Any bidder offer at all? We're quoting the property between 1.4, ladies and gentlemen, to 1.5. Sir? 1.4? $1.4 million. Welcome to the bidding here. Kirby, free bottle of champagne to the buyer here at $1.4 million on my left-hand side. At 1.4 on my left-hand side here. 1.4 on my left. At $1,400,000 now on my left-hand side. Any bids here across the road, Granny? At $1,400,000 at the moment. At 1.4 now. At $1,400,000 here on my left-hand side. Searching for another increment buys. What do you say? At $1,400,000. Any interest here, Gary? At $1,400,000 at the moment. At 1.4. At $1,400,000 now. At 1.4 now, searching for a bid. Any interest here now? 1.4. $1,400,000. Any interest here, Gary, today? At $1,400,000. Where are you going to find another property on this land size, house size in Box Hill North? 1.45. Welcome to the bidding here, sir. At $1,450,000. 1,450. 1,450. Bids back against you, sir. What do you say? At $1,450,000 now. 1,450. At $1,450,000. 1.45. 1.45. You want to try 1.5, sir? 1,450. Up $1,000 now. At 1,450. Let's try it. Let's try 1.5, sir.
还有没有出借？
Looks like it's just the two of you today. 好像就你们两个，现在是145万。
Window market
还没到，很快，你出的话可能就到了。
145也快，给他
1.45 at $1,450,000 now.
谁更想要，谁就拿下。
1450 at $1,450,000 now.
就如果你不出价，那就便宜。
1450 here on my left. Bids here on my left hand side. Bids back against you. 1450 now at $1,450,000 now on my left hand side. Two bidders involved here today. 1450. You're in second place, sir. Doesn't mean much for present auction circumstances at $1,450,000. We can try 25, sir, to get you back in front if you want. At 1,450,000. At 1450. At $1,450,000 now.
是这样子，我们都是都标实价，无论你 own the market 不 own the market，人家给你出的。
At 1450, they're having a think about it here. Everyone's stretching the limits here at 1450. At $1,450,000, sir. Any interest here today? At 1,450,000. Buys at 1450. At $1,450,000. Going to call it 3 times here. First call now at $1,450,000. Second opportunity here now at $1,450,000. Ready to miss out here now, sir. Third and final call at $1,450,000. You're going to miss out here, sir, at $1,450,000. Highest bidder here on my left hand side at 1450. At $1,450,000. Let's try 25.
今天房东最不卖，如果你们不要，
1450 here on my left hand side. At $1,450,000 here on my left. At 1450. Gentlemen's off here now. 1,450,000. Bids back against you, sir. At 1450 now. At 1450 on my left. Bids here on my left hand side. Let's try 25, sir. At 1450. At $1,450,000 now. 1450. 75 to get you back in front. At 1450. At $1,450,000 now. First call now, 1450. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go 1475. At 1475 now. 1475 now. Push back against you, Gary. At 1475. At $1,475,000. 1475. At 1475, can I see 1.5 to get you back in front? At 1475. At 1.475. 1.5? 1.5 bang. At 1.5. So, 1485, sorry, 1485 at $1,485,000. Getting ahead of myself here at 1485 at $1,485,000. Bids here on the left hand side at 1485 at $1,485,000 here on the left hand side. 1485. Bids back against you, sir. 1485. 1485 here on the left hand side at 1485. Let's try 1.5 to get you back in front, sir. 1485 here on the left. Don't tell me you just came here for the bottle of champagne, sir. I'm sure you want the property as well. At $1,485,000 now. At 1485. At $1,485,000. Let's go 1.5 or 1495 to get you back in front. At $1,485,000 now on my left. Going to call it 3 times here. First call now at $1,485,000. Second opportunity now at $1,485,000. Third and final call now at $1,485,000. All done. Here on the left hand side, 1485. 1485 here now. Let's go 15. Let's go 15. 15 here. At $1,500,000 now at 1.5. At 1.5 bids back against you, Granny, at 1.5 now. At $1,500,000 now. Bids back against you, sir. What do you say? At 1.5. At 1.5 now. At 1.5 now. Bids back against you, sir. What do you say? At 10. 1,510. At $1,510,000. Bids back against you, Jim, at 1,510. At $1,510,000. Here on my left hand side at 1,510. 1.51. Give him 1.51. 1.51 now. 1.51. Bids here at 1.51. At $1,510,000 now. At 151. At $1,510,000. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to hit the pause button and seek further instructions from our vendors. I'll be back with you in a minute. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at $1,510,000. Bids here with Granny and a buyer at $1,510,000. Bids back against you, sir, at 1.51. Any further interest here, sir, at 151. At $1,510,000. At $1,510,000. At 1,510 here on my left hand side. At 1,510. At $1,510,000. We're on the market and selling. On the market, sir. We're on the market and selling. Jacoby, if you let him know. We're on the market and selling. No better bidding here today. 1,510. At 1,510. Selling for no better bidding here today. At 1,510. At $1,510,000. Here on my left hand side. Any further interest or increments, sir? 1,510. Ready to miss out on this opportunity and property here today. At $1,510,000. Here on my left hand side. Any further interest or increments? 1,510. Need to know buys. $1,510,000. First call now at $1,510,000. Second opportunity here now at $1,510,000. Third and final call at $1,510,000. Ready to miss out? Thank you for your participation. Just doing our due diligence for our vendors here. Any further interest in the crowd at $1,510,000. We'll be selling away to the highest bidder here on the right hand side. Standing next to Granny here now at $1,510,000 now. No late bids, no late offers. Once the property has been knocked down, sold sticker will be on the board here, ladies and gentlemen, at $1,510,000. First call, 151. Second opportunity here now at $1,510,000. Third and final call here at $1,510,000. In, out, need to know. 151. No late bids, no late offers here now. 151. Linda, any interest here? 151. I think we've done our due diligence for our vendors here now at $1,510,000. Get ready to celebrate, sir. Get ready to miss out. 5,000, thank you. Welcome to the bidding here now at $1,515,000. New interest here on the right hand side. Bids back against you. 1,520 bids back against you, Kirby. 1,520 on my left hand side. At 1,520. At 1,520 bids back against you, Kirby. At $1,520,000. 1,520 here on my left. Can I see 25, sir, to see you back in front? At $1,520,000 now. 1,520, sir. Need to know $1,520,000 here. Werder Street, one of the best streets in Box Hill North. At $1,520,000. 1,520. At $1,520,000 now at the moment. 1,520. With Gary here at 1,520. At 1,520, bids back against you, Kirby. Need to know 1,520. At $1,520,000. First call, 1,520. Second opportunity at $1,520,000. Third and final call at what? Another 525. 25 bids back against you, sir. 30 now, 1,530. At 1,530, bids back against you, Kirby and Jim. At 1,530. At $1,530,000 now. First call now, 1,530. Second opportunity here at $1,530,000. Third and final call, 1,530. Another 5. Another 5, thank you, sir. 35. 40 back in front, 1,540. At $1,540,000. First call at 1,54. Second opportunity now at $1,540,000. Third and final call at 1,540. All done. 45, 45 bids back in front here at 1,545. At 1,545 bids back against you, Granny, at 1,500,000.
48.
48 bids slowing down here, so that should give you confidence. At 1,548. At $1,548,000 now. First call, $52,000 increment at 1,550. At $1,550,000. Both buys slowing down here now at 1,550. At $1,552. 52, sir. Bids back against you at 1,552. At $1,552,000. 55 now, 1,555. At $1,555,000 here with Kirby at 1,555. 000. At $1,555,000 here in front.
56.
56 now, $1,000 increments have come out here, sir. At 60, good bidding here now. Bidding with confidence and strength at 1,560. At $1,560,000 now. 1,560. At $1,560,000. 61, sir. Perhaps 65. At 1,561. At 1,561. At 1,561. Don't miss out for $1,000, sir. Gonna call it 3 times. 62. 1,562. 1,562. Granny, what do you say? At
63.
63. 63. 3 here. 4, 64,
65.
65 is back against you now. 1,565, 6, 1,566. At $1,566,000 here on my left. At 1,566.
70.
70 now. 1,570. Good bidding here. At 1,570. At 1,570 here on my right. At 1,570. Gentleman's in front here next to Jim at 1,570. At $1,570,000 here. 71 on my left, 71 bids back against you, Jim, 1,571. At 1,571 on my left hand side, 1,571. At $1,571,000 here. First call now, 1,571. Second opportunity here now at $1,571,000. Third and final call, 73. At 1,573. 74 now, 1,574. Take us up to 1,575.
75.
75 bids back against you. At 1,575. At $1,575,000 now. Here on the right hand side, 1,575. First call now, 1,575. Second opportunity in here at $1,575,000. 76 here in front. Saving the option here at 1,576. at 1576. 1576 here with Gary and Granny at 1576. At $1,576,000 now. Call 3 times. First call now, 1576. 77. 78. Sorry. 78. 1578. 1578. 79. 79 here, 1579. Not
80.
80 now, 1580. 81. 81 bids back against you, Jim. 1581. Up $1,581,000 now. 1581. 85. 1585. 1585 bids back against you, Granny. At 1585. Up 1585. At 1,580,000. 88. Good bidding here. Lucky number 8 at 1588. Up $1,588,000 now. 1588. Up 1,500 and double 8 here now. $1,588,000. 89. 89. Takes up to 90. Or perhaps go straight to 16, sir. A lot of buyers put the limits on those round figures. Are you sure? 1589. You don't want to miss out for $1,000, sir. That could have been their last bid. Test the bid, sir, at 1589. A lot of buyers set the limits on those round figures, so if you go to 1.6 first, I'm sure you'll get the property here today at 1589. Up $1,589,000. 1589 here on my left. 1589. Looks like you're in the box seat, sir. 1589. Give you 10 seconds to change your mind, Gary. Put an end to your property search journey here today. You don't have to go to any more open for inspections, missing out on options. Here's your chance to put an end to all of it. 90, thank you. 1590. At $1,590,000. Bids back against you, sir. 1590. At $1,590,000 now. 1590. First call. 159. Second opportunity.
91.
91 bids back against you here. 1591. Up $1,591,000. 92 bids back against you here, sir. 1592. Up $1,592,000. Perhaps go 1.6, sir. Whoever goes 1.6 first, I reckon we'll get the property here today. 1592 at the moment. At 1592. Up $1,592,000. Here on the left-hand side. You need to know, sir. You saw how long it took for them to get the last bid before. At 1592. First call at $1,592,000. Second opportunity here now at 1592. Third and final call at $1,095,000. Good bidding here now, 1595, keeping us guessing here today at 1595. At $1,595,000, sir. Let's try 16. At $1,596,000. 96 now, 1596. At $1,596,000 here on the left. At 1596. At $1,596,000 now. First call, 97. 97, back against you. Let's go lucky number 8. Lucky number 8 here, 1598. At $1,598,000 now. Jim, what do you say?
1.6.
1.6, bang. At 1.6. At 1.6, good bidding here. At 1.6 on my right. At $1,600,000 now. Bids back against you, Granny. At $1.6 million. At 1.6 here with Jim. At 1.6 now on my right. 1601 at $1,601,000. Bids back against you here at 1601 at $1,601,000 now. 1601. 1601. First call now. 1601. Second opportunity here at $1,601,000. Third and final call at $1,601,000. All done. 603. 603 now, Granny, at 1603. Up $1,603,000 now. 1603 with Jim. Up $1,603,000 now. First score now, 1,603,000. Second opportunity here now at 1603. Have a think about it here, sir. Third and final call now at $1,603,000. All done? Are you sure? You said that before. At 1603. Not sure if I can believe you this time at 1603, at $1,603,000 now. Last opportunity, sir. Are you sure? I hate for you to miss out. You've been with me since the beginning. At $1,603,000. At $1,600,000. Don't give up. At 1603. At $1,603,000 now. First call. Second, third and final call at $1,603,000. Get ready to celebrate here, sir. Get ready to miss out here. Underbidders at $1,603,000. On behalf of the team at CHA Real Estate, 29 Werder Street, Box Hill North, has new owners here today at 1603. This property is selling. This property is selling. Put your hands together to the new purchasers. This property is sold. Congratulations. Commiserations to the underbidders. Congratulations to our vendors. Thank you for attending another CHN auction.